looking at the right thing? I always forget what I'm supposed to look at. Okay. Hello. I looked at myself for a second. Hello, everyone. My name is Jenny, and I am back. In case you forgot my name, because it has been a while. We're going to be taking a moment to commemorate how this moment feels, with the intent of later on in the future I can remember that this is how it feels now. I want to go back to that moment. I want to bring back whatever I'm doing right now to help me feel the way I'm feeling right now. I want to replicate it in the future. So yeah, that's not something I had really thought about. It wasn't something I consciously did. It was more of like happy memories, you know, thinking back to the happy memory and, you know, feeling happy. Not necessarily purposefully taking a moment, like a snapshot in my brain to say, remember this. And it's more of, I mean, there is like, when you think back to a memory, it's more of remembering, yes, the things that happened. I think that's it. It's remembering the things that happened and how it made you feel. But it's not necessarily, so I guess this moment that I want to commemorate and remember, it's how the things that are happening and how it made me feel, but with an added bonus of the actions that I have taken to make me feel this way. So I'm more involved in the memory process. No, not the memory process. In the emotion process. I guess that would be it. I'm more involved in the emotion. I have brought this emotion to myself. The emotion is not happening to me. I made the emotion happen. So how do I make this emotion happen again? I think back to this moment. So that's really what I want to remember. So I'm going to give you a little bit of detail because I think it might be helpful. I started taking the generic version of Lexapro in the summer. I was talking to my doctor, and she and I both thought, well, she thought first and then I agreed, that maybe something like Lexapro would help me to relax, because I was feeling a little bit anxious, anxiety. I think a lot of people are feeling that right now. And so she started me on a low dose, it's 5 milligrams of Lexapro. I say that because based on my experience, I can't imagine what would have happened if I had gone on, like she said the normal dose is 10 milligrams. And I had a really interesting experience when it comes to trying Lexapro. I pretty much had all the side effects, and I know that a lot of side effects are common, and a lot of the side effects went away, but some of them did not. And I also experienced some other things that I did not care for and I do not want to experience again. It has nothing to do with emotions and things like that. There are more physical things that happened. I can't even describe what they are. So I'm really bad at describing. We've talked about this. I'm really bad at describing like physical things that are happening to my body. I have to do a lot of research to try to figure out, am I thinking that correctly? Am I using that term correctly? Because I have no idea. Like when people say, well, anyway, I'm getting off track. Yeah, I've been taking this, but then coinciding with this, I also noticed in my life that I haven't been sharing a lot of the details in my life. And I think that is connected to that I'm unable to really have deep relationships because I'm not allowing people to know the details of my life. It is just more of, how are you doing? Fine, and never go beyond that. And not really sharing anything. And they would be telling me this and that, and I'm interested, but I'm thinking, people aren't really maybe interested in what I'm doing. So I never shared it. So there's a mixture of that. And on top of that, that I've decided that I'm going to be more of myself than I am at home, because this is my comfortable, when I feel comfortable, this is more what I feel like. When I go outside, when I step outside, then it's like, oh, gotta switch on to be the interview Jenny and not really be myself. my comfortable natural self, because I always felt like I'm to put it in like OP terms, felt like I was always in a demon state when I go out to the world. And I'm still doing my saviors and demons, but maybe I'm more of a subdued version, because that was safe. And if I can control the situation, I can ensure that I will be accepted. So all those things we've talked about before, but I finally have kind of realized, okay, stop it. Stop doing that, okay? Because I'm doing it in a state that is like, all like, how do you describe it? Butt clenched and like, that's the best way I can describe it. That's what you're going to get from me. So rather than being very closed in, butt clenched, and afraid, I'm going to be myself. And I'm going to put myself out there. So that's what I've been doing. I'm going to share more details. So that's what I've been doing. And I've been feeling happier all around. I mean, I've felt like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I feel like I've taken off my mask. I don't have to hide. And people have actually received me very well. So I don't know what happened along the way, because slowly, inch by inch, I became all those things. Almost like, I know, it would be like Clark Kent and Superman, because Superman is his actual person, but then he has to pretend to be somebody else when he's out there interacting with the world. And granted, I mean, there are some elements of Clark Kent in Superman, but when Superman is using his saviors, when he is saving the world literally, then he is his confident self, and he's not pretending to be the meek and the pushed around kind of person. Although maybe he likes getting pushed around by Lois Lane. I don't know. Maybe he likes that. He likes a woman that can take charge. But in any sense, that's how I was. It's like I'm Superman at home, comfortable in my zone, and then all of a sudden I go out into the world and it's my kryptonite, and then that person who is confident and themselves gets overshadowed by having to pretend to be what the situation needs. And in that case, for Superman, he needed to be Clark Kent to hide his true identity. And so I don't want to hide my true identity anymore. I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to put it out there. And so that's what I've been doing. And I recognize that I've been feeling better. I've been acting more of myself. And granted, I understand that, like, there is an element, like, I'm not going to be 100% like I am at home at work, because that, I mean, obviously, I'm a lot more silly and a lot more goofy at home, and when you're at work, you have to be a little bit more serious, and you gotta, but I'm not going to tone down all of it. It was all or nothing, which was ridiculous. Why does it have to be all or nothing? And it shouldn't be that way. So I can be a little bit more myself at work. I have been recognized as like a person who is like this, as a person who is this, and not who's that person over there? I don't know, because they never talk and tell me anything. That's the things I want to remember, because what now kind of coming back to the story, I talked to the doctor after being on Lexapro for like 2 months. She has said, okay, I don't really like those symptoms, so let's, cut it out. So I've been cutting it out, but now in my mind I'm wondering, are some of these things because I've been on Lexapro, or is it because of these other changes? So this will be kind of like my test. I'll get to see, am I going to start going back into my shell? I hope not. But that's why I want to commemorate this time where I am feeling happy, I'm feeling light, and I'm going to do all those things that I've already started doing. I'm going to keep doing them, and maybe Lexapro didn't really do anything. Maybe it did. And in either case, I know that still my behaviors that I'm doing right now, I can continue those and get back to this emotional state, back into feeling more natural and confident, and maybe without Lexapro. Maybe Lexapro, it just gave me a little boost to get back into this moment, to feel these feelings and emotions. I still can't say it. Feel these feelings. I was telling Chris earlier today that I was a little leery because I know that it's a slippery slope. I know that as, yes, I'm tapering off the Lexapro, but what if that was it? And what if I start going back into my corner in the dark? And I guess I worry a little bit about it because I know that it's just like teeny tiny steps that you don't even notice, these teeny tiny changes that are like going back. And I am right now, I'm Superman, and I'm out there and I'm saving myself in this way, in this case, not the world. But what's not going to stop me from like slowly backing myself into a corner where I become the timid and pushed around Clark Kent again. And so he said, I need to not only remember, but then just be continually reflecting, where am I at? What am I doing? Where am I at? Am I where I want to be? And that's the hard part, because that's what we're not doing. If you are similar to me, then we're not taking that time to reflect and think about where we're at. It's like just go, 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 just keep moving, and not looking at where, not just looking back, but just looking at where you are. Look down, look at your feet. Where are you standing? Is this where you want to be standing? So yeah, that's what I wanted to share today and commemorate this moment in time, and to hopefully remember what this feels like, so I can take this feeling moving forward. I can do these actions, and remember, these actions lead to this. It's amazing how quick I am to forget about how I can control my emotional state. Just by doing XYZ, I can feel ABC. I'm a poet. Yeah. It was so nice to speak to you guys again, and I hope that you are all doing wonderful right now. I hope that you're on your journey wherever you're at, and maybe it's a moment where you need to stop and reflect about what actions are you doing? What actions are leading to your emotions? I don't really know what I'm talking about here. These are just what I've been thinking about. I wouldn't even know, I'm not the expert when it comes to feelings and emotions. But we're all learners, and we're all learning it as we go. So I hope that you have a great week, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.